Welcome to the first sprint race of the season. It was an amazing FP1 and a great sprint race. In the first sprint race of the season, we had some great time, and this is the first real dry test for some cars, and there is not much to really adjust. Tomorrow they can quickly adjust some things during the sprint race and after the sprint race. By the time they are locked in for the main qualifying, there is nothing more to adjust. But how did it go down? The FP1, we have Lando Norris, the usual suspect. McLaren is still benchmark. They had some good and decent pace. They were 4/10 away from everybody. They just took them back. Like, everybody stay back. And when they went on the softs, they were still very fast. The Ferraris were close to them for now, and we know with upgrades coming, McLaren too will move forward, Ferrari will move forward, and other teams too will move forward, certainly. Let me quickly make a remark to Eddie Jordan. We will miss you. One man with a great heart. He left the world 2 days ago. He was the owner of Jordan Grand Prix, which he founded in 1991. And Jordan Grand Prix was later, after buying, it was later bought by Aston Martin. That's the team Aston Martin runs now. And Aston Martin is doing a great job with it this season. We thought they have a very foul car behind others, but Aston Martin looks very, very closely knitted in the midfield. He's at 76 years old. He's done great things for Formula One, for motor racing, especially in the UK. He will be sorely missed. Our hearts out to his family. He's a wonderful racer. He's a wonderful person. To the people that he has touched, the world will never be the same without him. He's a wonderful person. Now, going back to the motor race, we went straight into sprint qualifying, and the sprint qualifying was much more brought together by the 3 teams vying for position. We have the Red Bull, the McLaren, and the Ferrari. The Mercedes still look a little bit far off on the real pace, but in SQ1, Lewis Hamilton dominated the SQ1 with Lando Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, and Antonelli around him. But in SQ1, we have Liam Lawson out 20. He made some mistakes, could not put his lap together. At a point, his lap time was deleted, but he was out in SQ1 in 20. So he'll be starting from 20th tomorrow. We have Jack Doohan, 16, Pierre Gasly. The 2 Alpines out, Jack Doohan leading. Esteban Ocon, Nico Hulkenberg out. But in SQ2, we had Norris leading, as in it was just right on point. SQ1 and SQ2 were on medium tires, so Norris led, and we had Russell coming behind him. We had Piastri, we had Hamilton, Antonelli, Verstappen. But people that were out, we had Alonso out in 11. Oliver Biermann pushing that car to the limit. He really learned from the mistakes he made last week in Australia, pushed that car to the limit. We had Carlos Sainz out. These guys are still learning in the new team, learning the car. Gabriel Bortoleto out, and Isaac Aja out. Isaac Aja made a lot of mistakes. He could not put it together, but yet Isaac Aja was able to help his teammate Yuki Tsunoda to get into SQ3, giving him a tow, and that really helped his teammate. Now into SQ3, Lewis Hamilton took the pole position, was able to put the lap times together, was able to get the car together. Like I said, he's still learning the car. He has a lot of learning to do. He's still trying to do his own best and his own bit to put the car together. Max Verstappen coming second, few tenths behind him. Oscar Piastri, few tenths behind him also. Charles Leclerc was about 2 tenths away. George Russell, Lando Norris, Kimi Antonelli, Yuki Tsunoda, Alex Albon, and Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is really pushing that car this year. Lewis Hamilton setting an all-time record in China with 1 minute 30 seconds and 800, and that is a very good one, a very interesting one. We are going to see how the sprint race will be tomorrow and the qualifying, but certainly the sprint race will be a little bit difficult for Lewis Hamilton because he is still learning the car, and I don't think his fans should expect more from him. He was able to put the lap together today after a whole lot of learning in FP1, trying to drive the car, put it in his own window, and remember, he will be using all the buttons to know where it suits him, what suits him, and how it goes. So don't expect much from him tomorrow. He will do a good race, but in the next 2-3 races, he's already showing some decent performances in Ferrari. You should be expecting more from him, but don't expect more from him in the sprint race tomorrow. He can now pull a surprise and do a wonderful thing, but please don't expect more from him tomorrow. And from other new drivers that have changed teams and those young rookies that are in new teams, don't expect more from them tomorrow, but they are going to do a great racing tomorrow. Don't miss the sprint race, main qualifying, and the main race, because this is showing that it's going to be an interesting season. Like I said from the beginning, this season is going to define F1 in a new way, and everybody's bidding for the V10 engines for 2028, but let's see how that goes. New regulations for engine is coming in 2026. You can't have another regulation coming in 2028. I think it will be 2030, and we hope that the V10 engine will be a revival. They will be able to make it work, but let's hope for what happened in F1. They can do sustainable fuel with the V10. It makes sense. But up until the sprint race and the qualifying tomorrow, I love you guys. Bye. Chee.